Good morning, everyone. This is Jamaica 5288, and I have been collecting peppers. I've been collecting peppers for the whole summer, and I have too many. My freezer is full. So what we're going to do today is we are going to make some fermented pepper sauce. So I'm going to take all these and we're going to ferment them and put them in a jar just like we did that sauerkraut. Now, I know a lot of y'all are not into sauerkraut, but most of us are into hot sauce. And this, what we're getting ready to make, is the base for a hot sauce. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Jamaica 5288. It's early in the morning. The sun has not risen yet. I am an early bird. I was going to do a live, but I said, you know what? Everybody's on the road. Everybody's going to work. Just because you work from home don't mean everybody else does. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some hot sauce, or we're going to do a fermented pepper. So I have a whole bunch of peppers, more than this, in the freezer, and my freezer is full of vegetables. I need to do something with them. We are going to make a fermented pepper sauce that we can turn into a hot sauce later on. So for those of you all who are having skin problems, eczema, psoriasis, leaky gut is probably the reason why. So this fermented stuff is what helps your digestion system and gets rid of all that processed stuff that you've been eating. So let's go ahead and make our pepper sauce. If you like pepper sauce. Let's go over a list of ingredients. First of all, you're going to need various peppers. I might even have a tomato or two in here, but I just pick peppers all the time. Like, Peter Piper, pick a pair of pickled peppers. Say that 100 times. So this is what I have. I have all different kinds. Habanero. I have a couple of bell peppers in here. Everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these stems off, right? And we're going to smash some of these so I can get it down into that jar. Next thing you're going to need is some grape leaves or some cabbage leaves or any leaf so that we can weigh it down. We need something to put on top so that we could put our weights in our glass jar. You're going to need a glass jar. It does not have to be clear, but you can use a mason jar. Well, this is a mason jar, but you can use one of those opaque ones. And if you have any weights, go ahead and get that. If you don't have any weights, get a plastic bag, fill it with water, because you want to make sure you submerge this stuff underneath the saltwater brine that we're going to make. I have some garlic here. That's optional, but I recommend you do that so it can have some added flavor, and sea salt. And of course, we're going to have some filtered water. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this garlic smashed. You don't necessarily have to chop it up really fine, but go ahead and smash it. The reason why I smash it is not to toss it across the room like I just did, but to get the shells off easy. If you smash it, the shell come right off. I remember years ago, I used to struggle with these garlic. Struggle with them. And you don't have to. Just smash it. It comes right off. The shell, the outside of the garlic is hard. If it's fresh garlic, sometimes it gets a little soft and then the shell's gonna be harder to come off. But see how easy that came off? All of my garlic shells are off. So I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm just gonna rough chop these and get this skin off. And put it to the side. This is a rustic dish, by the way, if you can't tell. So I'm gonna put that to the side, right? Next, we're gonna get our peppers, and I need to get all of these tips off because I didn't do a good job when I put them up. I just washed them off and put them in the freezer. These were frozen. I told you I collect my stuff, and what I'm trying to do is just get there's an air pocket in the middle of this, and I want the jar to be filled. I want the peppers to ferment properly. I don't want air in the jar. You want to get as much air out of the jar as possible. So I'm just making sure that the tops are off of these things, and I'm opening them up. You don't have to do it this way. I recommend that you do. Take your stems off if you have stems on them. Chop them. You hear them popping? That's that air that was in there. stem off. Cut them in half. Well, we interrupt this video for a commercial break. While you're watching this video and you're chopping up those vegetables and getting your salt and it's really nothing to do this but time. Please hit the subscribe button. Please like and subscribe and share it out. Hit the notification bell, but most of all, subscribe so you can see me again and we can grow this channel. So now that we have our jar filled with peppers and garlic, I dropped a couple out of here. I am not losing any of my stuff. None of it. This one's not cut, so just break it. We're going to fill this jar with filtered water. Until the vegetables are covered. And then we're going to figure out how much, wait till these bubbles come to the top. Let me get a spoon. How much water to salt ratio we need. So we're gonna strain this off again. So I'm pushing my peppers down. You always want your peppers to be submerged. So you want to make sure that this thing, the water is above where the peppers are. And then we're going to take our leaves, cover it, and we'll put the weight on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a strainer. I'm going to strain this water off because I know this is enough. This is actually more water than I need. So I have a strainer and a bowl. And I'm just putting this, the strainer there, the bowl there. I'll pour I'm just going to pour as much water out of here as possible. Okay. Any extra vegetables that came out, I'm going to put that back in here. Put those back in where they belong. Squish them down some more. And your vegetables are going to shrink down. It's always going to look like more than it actually is. So I have the water here, and I need to figure out how much water. So you're going to do 1 tablespoon or 3 teaspoons per cup. I'm going to use a little bit less, but that's what you want. So I have my jar here, and I'm going to pour the rest of this out. Put that on my scale, zero it out, turn it to ounces. Let's find out how much water we have here. So I have 1 cup, 5 ounces. So 1 tablespoon and 1.5 teaspoons. So here's my tablespoon. I'm being liberal about it too. And then 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, take my little spoon, mix that up. This is your brine. There, my. It's not salty enough for me. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Not salty because it's all at the bottom. This is cold water. That was ice. These are ice vegetables. Okay, take your water. Ooh, that's hot. Pour it on top of your vegetables. All the way up to the line. Then we're going to take our grape leaves. We're going to stack them. We want all of your vegetables. I don't care about the grape leaves, but I do care about the vegetables being not being submerged. I pulled 3 grape leaves off of my grapevine out there. I'm going to take those, take our weight, put that on top. of this brine. Man, this weight. So another thing that they don't tell you, or sometimes they don't tell you, is that I got extra brine. Is that this thing is gonna bubble up over the top. Pour that in. So I have a bowl right here, right? I have my brine, I have my weight that I just put in there, and I am going to put that into a bowl. I don't care if the brine starts rolling over. What I care about is the vegetables not being submerged. I'm pushing this thing down, right? Pushing the weight down. And I'm gonna get a lid, and I am going to just cover it enough for it to just be covered. I don't want to crank it down. I don't want to screw it down. I just want it to cover it so that no debris get in here. So let me get a lid. So I have my lid, and this is a used lid. I don't think, well, maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, I'll put the lid on here, and I'm just gonna lightly screw it on. Just enough. I mean, this thing, you hear it? You hear that? It's not cranked down. It's just on there. I'm gonna take this and we're gonna put it in a dark space, and I'm gonna watch it over the next few days. Brine is gonna start bubbling out of the top into this bowl. Keep it because you might need it later on, okay? So put it in a space where, I mean, watch it, but put it in a space where it's shady. It's not in the sun, okay? So this is Jamerica 5288, and this is fermented peppers. I thank you guys for being with me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.